Hi, and welcome to Ottawa English. I'm Angela. In this video, we're going to look at how to use and when to use the present perfect with verbs, adjectives, and nouns. If you've been watching my videos, you'll know that the most common tenses in English are the simple present, the simple future, the simple past, and the simple present perfect. Those are the ones to focus on. The ones outside of the blue area on this chart are mostly used for sequencing. If we take this sentence, Mary walked to work, what we need to change to adjust the tenses is that verb walk. In the present, we would say Mary walks to work. If we're predicting a future action, Mary will walk to work. If it's an intention, Mary's going to walk to work. If it's in the past, we'd say Mary walked to work. And if it's in the present perfect, Mary has walked to work. The difference between the past and the present perfect is that in the past, the D sound communicates that both the time and the action are finished. The D sound with have or has in the present perfect communicates that the action is finished, but not the time. And so here we have a chart with the question, positive and negative sentences for verbs, adjectives, and nouns. And we're going to start here. So in the present perfect, you would say, you have walked, we have walked, they have walked, and I have walked. But for he, she, and it, we use has. So we would say, he has walked, she has walked, and it has walked. So as an example, let's take a look at these instructions for making a birdhouse. So we're going to imagine that Sam is out in the garage or in the workshop, and he's decided that he's going to make this birdhouse. So we've got certain things he's got to do. If we come in at this point, we would say, Sam is drilling the entrance hole. But in terms of the unfinished time of making this birdhouse, we would have to refer to these things that we didn't see, numbers 1, 2, and 3, by saying that Sam has placed the templates on his board, he has drawn around each of the templates, and he has cut along the lines. So he has already placed the templates on his board. Okay? But you don't have to say already, because has placed communicates that the action is finished, but the time is not finished. Now, if we come in down here at number 8, we would say he is attaching the roof. That's the present continuous, because that's what he's doing right now. But these things that we didn't see, 4, 5, 6, and 7, we would refer to those by saying he has drilled the entrance hole. He has already pre-drilled the screw holes. He has already attached the walls to the floor, and he has attached the front and back. So now if we come in down here, we would refer to that as he is hanging up the birdhouse. And for 8 and 9, we would say he has attached the roof and he has painted his birdhouse. Now that all of that making the birdhouse is finished, the time is finished and the action is finished of each one of those things, now we use the simple past. Sam placed the templates on his board, he drew around the templates, he cut along the lines, he drilled the entrance hole, etc. For the question, we would say, has Sam placed the templates on his board? Has he drawn around each of the templates? Has he cut along the lines? Has he drilled the entrance hole? Have they attached the walls to the floor? And have they painted the birdhouse? assuming there's more than two people. Sam has a friend. If it was negative, we would have to add not. So Sam has not placed the templates on his board, he has not drawn around the templates, he hasn't cut along the lines, he hasn't drilled the entrance hole, they haven't attached the walls to the floor, and they haven't painted the birdhouse. So let's take a look at how and when to use the simple present perfect with adjectives. So what we're going to do here is add been. You have been happy. We have been happy. They have been happy. I have been happy. He has been happy. She has been happy. And it has been happy. So you have to remember to switch from have to has when you talk about a single male, a single female, or a single dog. All right, so when do we use it? So if we wanted to describe these people right now, we would say Mary is clumsy, Dad is thoughtless, Uncle Ben is obnoxious, Grandma's attentive, Granddad's irritable, Jenny's delightful, Mike and Jane are calm, Ellie and Sam are polite, and the family is happy. But if we were going to talk about them during their unfinished meal, so the time of the meal is not finished, we would say Mary has been clumsy, Dad has been thoughtless, Uncle Ben has been obnoxious, Grandma has been attentive, Grandad has been irritable since the beginning of the meal. Jenny has been delightful since the beginning of the meal. Mike and Jane have been calm, Ellie and Sam have been polite, and the family has been happy. Now that the meal is finished, we can say Mary was clumsy yesterday at dinner. Dad was thoughtful last week at dinner. Uncle Ben was obnoxious, Grandma was attentive, Grandad was irritable, Jenny was delightful, Mike and Jane were calm, and Ellie and Sam were polite. For the question form, we would say, has Mary been clumsy? Has Dad been thoughtless? Has Uncle Ben been obnoxious? Has Grandma been delightful? Has Grandma been attentive? Has Jenny been delightful? Have Mike and Jane been calm? Have Ellie and Sam been polite? And for the negative, we would say Mary has not been clumsy. Dad has not been thoughtless. Uncle Ben has not been obnoxious. Grandma has not been attentive. Jenny has not been delightful. Mike and Jane have not been calm. And Ellie and Sam have not been polite. Okay, so let's take our nouns now and look at when and how to use the present perfect with them. We would say, you have had a meeting. We have had a meeting. They have had a meeting. I have had a meeting. But we would say, he has had a meeting. She has had a meeting. And it has had a meeting. We're going to take this agenda. And every Friday, we can see that Mary has a haircut, she has a training workshop, she has a phone call with Mike, she has a French class, she has lunch, she has a strategy meeting, she has a new project presentation, she has a report update, and she has a dinner party. If we talk about what she's done today, so the time of today is not finished because it goes from midnight to midnight. Then we would say that at this point, Mary has had a haircut, she has had a training workshop, and Mary has had a phone call with Mike. If we met her at this point, we would say she has had a French class, she has had lunch, and she has had a strategy meeting. And if we met her after the dinner party, we would say she has also had a project presentation, she's had a report update, and she has had a dinner party. If we wanted to refer to this as something that happened yesterday, when the time of yesterday is finished and the actions of yesterday are also finished, then we could say that she had a haircut, she had a training workshop, and she had a phone call with Mike, etc., etc. So you're identifying whether or not the time is finished by adding the has or the have to that past participle had. If you were going to ask the question, you would say, has Mary had a haircut? Has she had a training workshop? Has she had a French class? Has she had a strategy meeting? And if it was negative, you would say, she has not had a haircut, she has not had a training workshop, she has not had a French class, and she has not had a strategy meeting. If you need some help with your tenses or any other part of your English, or preparing for your presentations, preparing for your exams, give me a call, I can help. Remember that working with a tutor turns passive learning into active learning. It targets the things that matter, and it saves you a whole lot of time trolling through YouTube. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.